What's up, family? This is Juan J. Johnson coming at you for Real Talk morning dialogue. I want to be very specific, very intentional. Um, First, let me just say if you want to write me, go to juanjohn29 at gmail.com. That's juanjohn29 at gmail.com. Also, if you want to send inside donation, you can send it to gofundme.com/real-talk-tji-fund. Again, that's juanjohn29 at gmail.com if you want to write me. I want to be very specific. I want to be very intentional. I want to deal with a very specific topic today, and that would be one of our heroes, one of our generals, one of our great emancipators, a fighter for justice, a fighter for equality, freedom, and that would be no other than the late Nat Turner. I want to make this session, just want to pay some respect to Nat Turner. I am asking everybody on my friends list to go to my page, and I want you to go and pull up the video on Nat Turner. If you do not have that capability to go on my page, I need you to go to the nationalgeographic.com, type in Nat Turner. From there you will see Nat Turner and his great granddaughters being given his skull. Let me deal with a little history. Nat Turner was a reverend. He was a minister, and he preached liberation. And he decided to got tired of seeing our people being enslaved, and so he decided to strike back. The movie Birth of a Nation did not show the part of the movie where when Nat Turner was eventually captured, Nat Turner was not just only hung. Nat Turner was dismembered. Not just dismembered, he was peeled, sliced like you peel like you fillet a fish. He was filleted. He was peeled, and not only that, family, he also was dismembered, and his body parts was given to people who wanted souvenirs, who wanted to let people know that they was there when Nat Turner was killed, when Nat Turner was murdered. People, you got to remember back in the days of the 1800s, 1700s, when they had lynchings and those was big spectacles. Those were spectacles that people came from all over to see. And when Nat Turner went on his rebellion, they came from all over to see Nat Turner and to see and witness him being killed. And it wasn't enough just to kill him. They had to dismember him. So I'm fast forwarded to the 21st century. I posted a video on yesterday that the skull of Nat Turner has been returned to the family. And I think that every African American, every white American, every Asian American, every Latino American, anybody who claims to be an American, who's walking on these shores of America, need to go to the National Geographic, type in Nat Turner, and see that this family has been waiting centuries for some closure, to their great grandfather, who was a general, who was a hero among black people, a hero. No man wants to be a slave, and no man wants to remain a slave. And if it means taking out your enemy, trust me, you have to do what you have to do. So Nat Turner, in my mind, in my book, he was a hero. Still is a hero, a general. One that we should look to, one that we don't have to be ashamed of, one that we don't have to, be embarrassed of. Because again, Nat Turner actually gave us a blueprint on how to free ourselves from whatever slavery, whatever mental bondage that you have. And he used the scriptures against his own oppressor. So again, I say this, please check out the video of Nat Turner, of the family being given back his skull. I don't think you really understand the gravity of what I'm saying. They cut off his head. They cut off his arms. They cut off his legs. They dismembered him and gave parts of his body to people who wanted a part or pieces of his body. And those pieces was passed down from generation to generation to generation. There's a book I want everybody to go check out. I want you to go read it. Go get this book. Go buy it. It's called Beyond Sanctuary. Again, the book is called Beyond Sanctuary. And the book details, it's a pictorial book that details lynchings, castrations, dismemberments, the history of this country. Our problem in the black community is this: we are so ashamed of our culture. We're ashamed of our history. We've been made to be ashamed of our contribution to society. And we have went as far as even deciding not to even share this information with our children. When people ask the question, what is wrong with our children? Why are they so crazy? I can tell you what's wrong with our children. Our children are acting out because they don't have history. They don't understand culture. That our forefathers did not share with us the history of our ancestors. We are constantly getting history of our American brothers' history. We're getting Abraham Lincoln's history. We're getting Thomas Jefferson's history. We're getting George Washington's history. We're getting Susan B. Anthony's history. We get everybody's history but our own. And the only history they really share with us is the civil rights history, which is just a little vapor, a little slice of the pie. We can start today. Get the book Beyond Sanctuary. This is not to make you mad, it's to make you informed. Because once you become unashamed of your history, you can embrace it, and you can start passing that history down to our people, to our children's children. Let's not make the mistake. Let's not make the same mistake that our parents did to us, and that was not share their history, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because trust me, if you really start doing the history of us in America, within the first 50 years of our enslavement, we laid the foundation for every instrument, every instrument, every invention known to man, from the gas mask to mailboxes to blood plasma. I mean, Carter G. Woodson was a soldier when it come down to inventions. Garrett Morgan, or the gas mask, the street lights. Come on, I mean, we look. Just do a little cursory of our contributions to America, to the world, and you will see that we have nothing to be ashamed of. But again, I want to be very specific about today's message because I want to salute Nat Turner. I want to pay respect to the family of Nat Turner who's been waiting for closure. When you think about a people who will go out their way to dismember people who was resisting slavery, they were sending the message to everybody else was this: if you think about it, if you decide you want to go against the system, we will not just kill you, but we will dismember you. And let me say something. Let me fast forward to the 21st century, where right now we have same lynchings, but now they're captured on video. They're video lynchings. And they have the same audience, except for they're no longer sending postcards or they're sending flyers. They just tune into MSNBC, CNN, Fox, Channel 9, Channel 7, Channel 4, Channel 5. Same concept. Broader audience, same victims. Black people, black males. And the same fear that's being imputed into our conscious, our psyche, causing us to, not want to resist, not want to rebel, not want to fight. Again, I salute Nat Turner on today, and I encourage every subscriber, every viewer, every reader, whether you're Facebook, Twitter, whether you're Periscope, whether you are Instagram, to go to the National Geographic, type in Nat Turner, and you're going to see a 5-minute clip of Nat Turner's skull being given back to his children, that finally have closure from one of the greatest generals, greatest warriors for justice, for liberation and freedom that this country and that the world has ever produced. Again, I salute Nat Turner. He's one of us. And again, we've got to push beyond the shame and the guilt and deal with the reality. And I keep telling everybody, look, we cannot make the same mistakes that our forefathers made to us, that our parents made to us. I cannot recall a conversation with my mom or my dad talking about slavery. I just can't. But my children get heavy doses of it as a reminder of where they come from and where they need to go. So again, I want to touch on that today, this morning, because I think that that's a part of our history. That's a part of our culture. That's a part of, our lineage. And you're not going to get this on Fox. You're not going to get this on NBC. You won't get this on CBS or MSNBC. And that's why we must have our own media apparatus, our own place where we can go and have these type of dialogues. Again, go to nationalgeographic.com, type in Nat Turner, and you will see the video of his skull being presented back to his family after hundreds of years of being missing. No grave, no body, just a stone, just a gravestone. So thank you, family, for tuning in. That's my spiel for today, this morning, to go and pay some respect to Nat Turner and the family, and just know this: we're in this thing. We're in this fight. This is a fight for survival. And again, this is what you're gonna get from me. Go get the book, Beyond Sanctuary. Beyond Sanctuary. It's a pictorial book it's a pictorial book that gives you the history of lynchings, the history of castrations, the history of burnings. And I'm telling you, once you read this book, you're going to be upset. You're going to be angry. You're going to say you can't believe this. But you need to see it. Because one thing about my white brethren, I have to give him this. He will show you what he did. He will give you... We may not have a video count of what he's doing up until recently, but he always writes down what he's done. So it's on record, it's available. Go get it. Again, Beyond Sanctuary, and I salute the man, the legend, the icon, the emancipator, the man who fought for justice, freedom, who died for something. He died so that others could be free. Nat Turner. And go get the movie. Go see the movie again, Birth of a Nation. Some of us need to be reminded where we came from, because we still believe that we're in this multicultural integration society. Again, we're not. It's something else. We're in a WMD culture, and the essence of it is genetic survival at all costs. Genetic survival. Again, thank you for tuning in. Remember, real talk, real issues, real solutions. And it's not how much you know, it's how much you care. And hit that share button. Thank you, and have a great day.